Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another one of your weekly episodes of the A to B podcast. For all of our monthly and weekly listeners, welcome back. If this is your first time tuning into the A to B podcast, please consider subscribing, liking, follow, sharing, and commenting all of the things that we have going on. Today, like always, I am joined by my co-host, Barry Bull. What's up, Barry?
A lot of emotions right now, man. It's the anniversary of 9/11, you know. It's a very somber time for me. A lot of memories. But thank you guys for tuning in. And if you have a 9/11 memory, you want to drop it in the comments, do that, all right? Because there's a lot of people out there. You know, you guys remember where you were at?
I do remember, yeah. As a matter of fact, I do remember.
Crazy times.
Where I was at. Yeah.
Crazy times. Never forget, you know. So
yeah.
I'm glad to be here. Though. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a kid.
Glad to be here, and I love this podcast, and we do it for all of you guys out there. So hit that subscribe button, click that little bell. That way, every time we post a video, you get the little notification and stuff like that.
Yes. Guys, we are recording today in September 11th, 2024. So we are recording during a historical event that happened. Obviously, I don't need to say that. I think most of our listeners are well aware of what happened today. So today, we saw fit to bring back, actually, a very special guest that has some things that he wants to get out of his chest.
Like, we should have that song right there. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah.
Because not our listeners, because our listeners are awesome. I'm talking about people on the internet came for him, and he has some things that he wants to get off his chest. You know,
it's a big chest.
Today, we brought back no other that Jolio Parm. What's up, man?
Hey, thank you for having me back.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Of course. I know. Well, you know, the first thing that I want to know is what brought you back to the podcast?
First of all, I want to get.
You got a 6105.
I want to get. Nah, I ain't getting no 6105. Nah. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know. You guys got a lot of fans, and with fans comes a lot of haters.
What?
Yeah. So if you didn't know, you know, you got a lot of haters out there.
Okay. Are we talking active duty or just
probably?
Yeah.
Somebody's watching y'all. Somebody's watching y'all.
Mostly Albert.
No, I don't think so.
He's got one.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. So just we know we got to deal with the comments and all that stuff, but
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I just want to say if you have any type of beef with Sergeant Major Bull or Gunny Ramos, keep that shit over there. I don't got shit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So whoever you are that's watching, I hope you see this. Keep that shit over there. Anytime I come on any podcast, I'm always advocating for how great the Marine Corps is. Mm-hmm. Right? You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you put your thumb up.
That's exactly why.
We're gonna talk about that.
You know,
that's exactly what it is. So like, I don't know what it is, but like, I was getting all kind of hidden messages. I spent 40 minutes on the phone with one of your biggest haters. Like literally this dude called me and I was like, you know what? I'm not a punk. I answered, and he was screaming and foaming at the mouth and all kind of, I hate Bull and this. I was like, I don't even have nothing to do with that. We're not even in the same city, but like.
But he left out Albert.
Yeah, he did.
Well, you know why? You know why? Let me interrupt.
Why?
You know why? Because usually the guys that hate you, they hate on you.
Yeah.
Usually the people that that hit me up, it's all like the old ladies that's been scammed. Be like, can you please get this message to Barry Bull because he told me he loved me. I cannot believe that he's not answering my text messages.
Yeah.
Can you please listen, ladies?
This is not
crazy
funny,
old
dude.
ladies. I've said this over and got them over in this podcast. I will not get any type of message to Barry.
I'm not talking
right
to
here,
Barry.
your goddamn freaking
I'm
self.
not talking to Barry.
That's funny.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. At least I get 3 fucking messages.
Did you see the one I posted the other day? It was like David Bull or whatever.
Oh my God, dude.
Bro,
like,
that picture got like 600 likes from whoever posted it.
And they stole it and made another account and somebody got scammed again. again. See, that's
Jesus
what it is.
Christ, man. That shit is fucking stupid, dude. I get at least 3 messages, Barry.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business.
At least 3 messages a fucking week about different ladies. And I get so excited because they come up like as leads.
Sure.
They come up as leads and like, yeah. I'm like, man, how you doing? You're probably connected because you want to learn more about your VA home loan. Well, no, actually. It's because I saw you on the podcast with Barry and he's not picking up my text messages. I'm like...
This social media stuff is wild. You can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah, I know. But okay, so let's get back to you, right? That now that I got that out of my chest, I've been crazy because I want to get that shit on my chest for a while now. Okay, but so what happened? I obviously we know what happened.
The short version of what I can say happened is some things were discussed, right? And,
Sure.
You know, I'm not gonna put myself in any weird situation, but just because I was in the area, it was like, hey, you know, you were here at this time, and I'm like, yo, what does that have to do with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, Marine Corps is very protective of their image, which they should be, because we're like the last of a dying breed of what, you know, the military is, and I get that. But anytime I'm out here, like, I don't want this. I need everybody to join the Marine Corps. You see what I'm saying? Like, make sure you put that in there. Like, that's my entire purpose. So. And yeah, everybody's not perfect, but my intent on coming on any platform or anything is to talk about how the Marine Corps helped me. So, and that part tends to get left out. They always focus on the bad stuff for the side conversations. You know
so let me see if I'm understanding you correctly. You got pulled in. You can say yes or no.
No.
Okay, so you did not get pulled in.
No.
But you received some comments.
I got a phone call.
You got a phone call.
Right.
That's serious.
From somebody in your chain of command.
No.
From somebody
From a government employee. See, now you're digging too much.
From a government employee.
Yes.
Okay. And essentially you got told that you were being accused of some shit that you did not say.
No, not accused. Okay, let me say all of that shit over again.
Okay.
I got a phone call that said, hey, you might want to watch out because this clip is going viral and you're in the room.
Jefe called and said, stay trucha. All right, watch what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got you.
Like
okay.
that.
Okay, and how did that make you feel?
It just I wanted to know what it was, because I know, like, when I talk, I'm a little bit tactical. I may be on the edge a little bit, but I don't really say anything to go against the grain for what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
when I look at you, that's what I think, with the grain. I think with.
Cool. So I was just like, what was said? That was my biggest thing. I was like, what happened? And it ended up being something that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or recruiting, for that matter.
Or recruiting.
Right.
But it was like, I think you guys were going back and forth at each other or something like that.
Sure.
And I was just sitting here.
Well, let's be honest, though. It was him coming at me.
No, because I like stats.
Damn, pause.
I'm a peaceful individual.
I like
here.
stats.
I'm a drill
and Barry
instructor. I'm a drill instructor, so automatically peace.
Okay. Well, anyway, so what I'm guessing that you're referring to is for when we started talking about something on the drill field, about shit that was going on in the drill field.
Why you doing this?
And then
Why you bringing that back?
I mean, we got to clarify for the guests.
I told you
It was almost over. It was almost. We almost.
Okay. Listen.
I'm sorry.
Listen. Okay, no, I'm not gonna repeat it. People can watch the episode if they want, and they can come up with their own conclusions. But that essentially had absolutely nothing to do with you.
Thank you for saying that on camera. Y'all heard him say that, right? Whoever's watching, you heard him say that. All right, cool.
Well, no, it wasn't about you. It didn't involve you. It was something completely separate from everything that you do. The only thing that was, you were sitting in that chair.
Yeah, I just fell in this room in the chair.
And then you even asked the question, though. You even asked the questions like, "What's going on? Like, I'm lost."
I said, like, what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem? Exactly.
Yeah.
So whoever y'all got beef with,
Me, nobody. I have nobody.
Whoever y'all got beef with, whoever don't like y'all,
except for that one person who's a fellow recruiter of yours. That one, what's her name? I don't know her name. But anyways, she
got you.
But anyways, she has beef with me. I'm trying to just be cool.
Whoever y'all got beef with, they're watching y'all. So I don't know who they are or whatnot, but somebody's in there watching.
Well, and here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. You know why? Because when me and Barry sat in Temecula and we were talking about the idea of coming up with a podcast, the reason why we chose each other and I made him the approach is because I'm in real estate and I didn't want anybody else to be in real estate and just be like we always agree on everything type deal, right? I wanted somebody that was outside of my industry in a completely different industry and that we didn't see eye to eye respectfully, and we can talk about those things. Because the part that I don't understand is if you have, and this is the part that I really get pissed off, right? It's okay if you don't agree with us. I'm not going to take it personal. I'm not going to be like, well, it's my podcast, so it's the way that I want to do it. Nah, we always say to the guest or to the people that watch us, we have a Calendly link. It has our schedule in there. That seat, it's open. Come out here and let's discuss it. The part that's shitty about what you're doing is that since you know that you cannot come at Barry, you can hate him all you want, but you cannot stop him from making money, or me for that matter. The part that's shitty is that you go after our guest for things that they are not even saying or endorsing. That's where I find the issue. That's where I find the issue. And the fact that you have to go backdoor talking to people to get our potential guests in trouble for simply saying their experiences. And not even their experiences, because the part that got you all, got your freaking panties in a bunch wasn't even about his experiences. It was about shit that me and Barry were discussing.
Well, as a leader too, sometimes, you've been around a while, you can forget how much calling someone to your office, calling someone to your space, making a phone call to them, how impactful that can be. And it's like when I was a sergeant major, you don't just go to the sergeant major's office. People are like, oh, damn, what happened? Right? But when it's you and you're on the other side of that desk, your mind doesn't always work that way, right? So sometimes you get that phone call and you're like, damn, dude, this is not good, right? Because I'm trying to put myself in the leader's shoes, right? What would I say if I had a Marine on this podcast? I didn't like the topic or something I didn't like, and I called them in. What could I really say? Let's say I'm just on the wrong side of whatever, right? What could I actually say? Like, hey, dog, what are you doing on this podcast? Like, seriously, what are you doing?
And
now, if the Marine is like a gunny parm, not a gunny parm, but let's say they are like that. They've been around. They ain't freaking Nicky New Boot. This ain't their first unit or first rodeo, whatever people always say rodeo. Like, I don't know if everybody's out there bucking Broncos, but whatever. I could see you out there just, anyways. But, if you try to float some BS to people who are senior, they're usually going to be like, hold up. I didn't say nothing though. Yeah. They're not going to just sit there and take it. They're going to go, okay, but respectfully, what did I do that got me?
I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna be a little bit more open and a little bit more vocal, because I think this is the podcast to be a little bit more open and vocal. Nothing to do with Gunny Parm, but my cousin sent me a video of like their Marines, like their newly graduated Marines doing like that video went like super viral as well.
Sure.
And they were just saying like the little motivational like Evo Echo type shit, right? Type shit. I said type shit. Shout out to YRF Tony.
Shit. Yeah.
And then it just came natural too.
Yeah, that's my friend.
So what ended up happening was, dude, they came for my cousin saying like, your cousin, meaning my cousin, so me, has to take that video down. Yeah. If not, you're getting a 6105.
So this is
which is crazy, so right?
So hold on,
dude. My cousin. Let me finish the story though.
Okay.
My cousin called me up, stressed the fuck out, because his first sergeant came up to him and told him that. It was like, you gotta erase the video, bro. If not, I'm gonna get in trouble.
The first sergeant told him that?
No, my cousin told me that.
Okay.
My cousin told me that. It's like, bro, you gotta erase the video, because if not, I'm gonna get in trouble. Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're gonna get in trouble? It's like, yeah, my first sergeant saying that I shouldn't have posted that video or blah 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 whatever. It's like, bro, you didn't post it. It was me. It's like, and first of all, this is the first thing that I asked him. It's again the haters. It's like, what's the first thing I asked him? How do they even know that you sent me the fucking video?
No,
How do they even know that you're my cousin?
That's a damn good question.
Well, you just said all of it on the podcast right now, just so you know. So
So well,
Yeah,
no,
but he
but
didn't say
it's
his
not.
name,
No,
though.
but it's not. No.
that
But
dude's getting fucked up on Monday.
at that part, at that point, no. Everyone already knows. Everyone
killed
already
him.
knows.
He's dead.
You killed him.
Everyone already
Dead.
knows. No, because I've been there. I've been there a couple of times. I've
Yeah.
been there a couple of times, and they see me with my cousin. Like the second battalion leadership has seen me with my
Damn,
cousin.
He just gave the battalion away.
I don't give a shit. Everyone down there at MCRD, and if you didn't know, now you know. It's not a fucking secret. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not a secret because guess what? I have no secrets to hide.
Yeah.
I
Valerie.
have absolutely no secrets to hide. I'm not
Valerie.
there doing anything illegal. I'm not there creeping, trying to take pictures of the recruits. I'm not trying to do none of that
but here's
shit.
the thing: isn't there something? Because I've had guys hit me up too. Like I'll take their video and I'll repost it. And like one that happened, I don't want to mention his name because apparently it was like a big freaking deal. But he's at Paris Island. It's a public video. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna repost this. So I repost it. He reaches out to me direct and he's like, this is a big deal. We're not supposed to be recording in the RTR like areas. And I'm like, if you don't take it down, I'm going to get in trouble. And it's like, well, that's weird though, because if it's illegal to record in the RTR area, number one, they should have to prove who recorded that. But number two, you should already be getting in trouble, whether the video gets posted or not. But to say that like you got to take the video down or something.
Yeah, because it's not a big deal depending on the person. But I wanna because it wasn't just
Dude, some chick just tried to audio call me on Instagram that's getting scammed. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm don't call me, lady. Don't call me. Jesus Christ. When he doesn't answer, they call me like
You're
I'm his
next.
fucking
You
personal
are
secretary. Anyways, so that's not all. That's not all. Parm.
Okay.
So, based on the last conversation that we also had, you mentioned something that went
Albert's got his notes out, dog.
semi-viral. I never take my notes out, but I think that's important. It went semi-viral. And it's a video. You guys can see it on my TikTok, Ramos_Capital. You guys can see it. I posted it 7-1. It says, you can also see it in podcast clips. It's the clip 138 for those of you guys that want to see it. Okay. So if you go to my TikTok, it's going to say podcast clips and then part 138. That's the clip that I'm talking about and I'm referring to right now. Okay. This is the caption. If you, and I'm quoting you, by the way. If you are a staff NCO that went on recruiting duty and tell another Marine not to go on recruiting duty, they should hist you twice. Do you stand by that? After everything, after the podcast, do you still stand by that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still stand by that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we should play the clip. Do you have the clip?
I do have the clip. Yes, I do have the clip. You want me to play the clip?
Yeah, play it.
Okay.
Staff NCOs out there. What would you say to those staff NCOs out there that would say, don't do recruiting duty? If you're a staff NCO that went on recruiting duty and you came back to the fleet and you tell another staff NCO or tell other Marines not to go on recruiting duty, they should hit you twice. Ooh. They should hit you twice. I was in a position, you saying that? Guess what? Now you're going to go. Because at some point in your career, you have to give back to the Marine Corps. Regardless of how you feel, if you're doing 20, you got to do something because you can't keep leaving the same people out there doing the same thing. Like it's not fair. We got a lot of people hiding out on recruiting duty. It is what it is. They stay in an easy area. I'm not arguing with somebody in a non-liberal state. Because people are walking into the office like, I'm ready to go.
Wait a minute, what's wrong with the liberal states?
There's nothing
Here
wrong
comes
with
Barry.
liberal states, but
Here
it's
comes
more
Barry.
for us. Because-
Okay, so
I thought you was just doing the first part.
You deflected. Okay, so going back. So
Yeah.
you said you still stand by
But what's
those.
the issue with that, though? Is there one?
The comments.
So the comments.
Yeah.
There was one that says that's what I call rocker brain rot. Meaning rocker brain rot, meaning that
I've
you
never
are.
heard that.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
So rocker brain rot, my understanding of rocker brain rot is that you're so far institutionalized that your brain is rotted by just Marine Corps propaganda. That's what I understand.
Who said that?
You in the comments, what do you understand by brain rot? Let me know. Case Lunt.
Let me tell you something, Case Lunt. Shut the fuck up. All right. Next.
Next one. Okay. So the next one is I got a bunch of comments with a lot of likes that says, Yo, saying, giving back to the Marine Corps you gave to them by signing the initial contract.
Okay, that's your first enlistment. You signed your initial contract, cool. But some people just do this half-time, or part-time.
Okay.
If you really love the Marine Corps like that, like, I enjoy selling the Marine Corps. I enjoy recruiting, so it's different.
Okay.
What's the person's name?
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo? That wasn't that bad. I'll let you slide. Next.
Okay, Chris, something like that again, quoting you. Give back to the Marine Corps. Pardon the hell out of me.
I don't care about Chris.
Okay.
Next.
So there's a bunch of comments.
There was one we talked about earlier that I want. I want that one.
Oh man,
I want that one
let
with
me
the
see if I
disability. I want that one.
can. Let me see.
Said, something about like, give back to the Marine Corps. I'll take my disability or something. I just want that name.
Let me see if I can find. Okay, yeah. It says XX space ghost XX. Says give back to the Marine Corps. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. I'm taking 100% disability and getting the fuck out.
That's crazy. Yeah, XX Space Ghost, whatever freaky stuff you on. I don't know how you got your disability, but a lot of people getting 100% and they ain't really did 100% if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But I ain't finna go that far because you already took it high and to the right earlier. But if you have a problem with what I said, right?
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you're going back talking bad about recruiting duty, then guess what? We might as well take the most experienced people and send them back out there. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Me, when I get back, I will encourage Marines to go on recruiting duty. I'd be like, hey, if your life is set up to this point where you can go and you can be productive, go do it. Go do it. Now, if I see somebody struggling, has life problems, like, nah, this probably ain't for you right now. You might need to give it some time or go to the drill field, right? In a more controlled environment.
But when you said it the first time, it gave me the impression like there's staff and TOs who go back to the fleet from recruiting. They got a bad taste in their mouth, and they're trying to drive other Marines away from the progression that we all know is there.
Hold on. But did they suck? That's the problem. Because a lot of people go back to the fleet.
They suck, otherwise it wouldn't say that.
So that's what I'm saying.
Tell them.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people come back to the fleet
Look at 'em.
with SDA experience, right? And they'll say, don't do this. They're going to do this to you. But were they trash? Because when you let other people tell the story, oh, I was this great recruiter and I was this and I was good. I was drill instructor, whatever, right? But you gotta take that for face value. Like, let me see your last 3 fit reps on recruiting duty. Let me see if you were real or not. Because a lot of people go back and they talk all this shit and they not really about it. Like, I'm grateful. If there's one thing I'm grateful for at recruiting duty, that people know that I was productive. I came out here and I was productive. Like, you're probably gonna remember this for a while. But some people come out there with all these fucking stories about how they did this and how they did that, and they didn't even fucking do it. And then some people come out there and talk about the duty, and they didn't even have it wasn't even hard on them. They were in an easy area.
So there's Marines out there right now. They're in their shops. They're in their platoons. They're first termers, second termers. Recruiting is a possibility for them. What are you saying to them? You're their gunny.
Well, I'm going first off. I'm like, what's the number one thing that sergeants bitch about in the fleet? That's me. What's the number one thing sergeants bitch about in the fleet? I'll give you 2 guesses.
Okay.
Number one thing.
They're staff NCOs
Okay, yeah.
and they're junior Marines.
Okay, yeah. Give me something else. What does every senior sergeant think they rate? Or want? BAH.
BAH.
They all want BAH.
They want more money.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
BAH,
Yeah.
right? You want BAH? I got you. The next sergeant that tells me they want BAH, go ahead and sign that recruiting duty package right there. I got you. There you go. I can get it for you. Going on recruiting duty is going to help people with their social skills, their sales skills, their time management. You get so much from it. And that's why I said, like, I think a lot of people, it's just like I think everybody should join the Marine Corps. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
I do agree. I do agree with what you said there about the time management and the tangible traits that, recruiting is going to give you.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to get a lot of shit again with the first statement about sergeants getting BAH by only going on an SDA or recruiting, because even if, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're a drill instructor as a sergeant, you can still get put in the barracks.
Yes.
Okay, so
I think so, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you can.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can't. Ain't no barracks on recruiting duty.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's your chance to buy property.
I mean,
That's your chance to
it
get out the barracks.
It is, and I always say that to people, but it shouldn't be.
You'll never be home, though.
I've sold homes. I've sold homes to E3 in the freaking Air Force that rate BAH.
Why are you doing that?
Because that's a reality,
Join
bro.
the
I'm
Marine Corps,
sorry.
don't join the Air
I'm
Force.
sorry.
Why are you doing that?
And here's the thing.
Don't join the Air Force. What are you doing?
Here's another problem that I see. Here's
fucking
another
with my
problem
money.
that I see. And I know, and I apologize, but I just have to be. Like I said, we have to have a real conversation about this. We got to have a real conversation about this because I personally think the Marine Corps is great. I think it's the best military branch. However, we cannot neglect what these other recruiters from these other branches are actually telling them as well, are telling these applicants as well. Because it's important to understand that, because if you don't understand, then how are you going to fight it off?
So what are you trying to say? I got the most updated experience from recruiting duty. What the other recruiters are selling?
No,
to these
well,
kids?
because think about it. It's like if the recruiter says you're doing your interview, 3 benefit tax comes up. First benefit tax is financial. How are you going to compete if their number one thing is financial, and then the Army is offering them $20,000 bonuses for signing, and it's offering the Air Force is offering them BAH as soon as the rank of E3?
I love this. If they're pursuing money, right? And this is common. If they're pursuing like the quick money, you got to think about it. You go into the Army, Navy, they've been taking whoever they can get their hands on the last 8-9 months. Like Navy was going down to like 10s on the ASVAB. So you can imagine the caliber of people that you're working with, right? So yeah, you're gonna get some bonuses. Cool. But when you're getting beat up every day by Jerkevius and Ramondo and all these people, like they're just like, where did they get them? Probably from prison, probably from the back of the yard, whatever. Because they're taking whatever. In the Marine Corps, you're not signing up for that shit. You're not signing up for that quick money. Because that quick money goes. They don't know how to manage it. They don't know what to do with it. So if that's the selling point, I will happily walk you over to the Army or the Navy. And those are some good dudes over there. Please put this in the clip if y'all clip this. I got friends in other branches. I'm cool with them like that.
No, they're not cool.
But on recruiting duty,
No, they're not cool at all.
on recruiting, I'm cool with them. On recruiting duty, you're selling a mentality. The reason why you're the way that you are is because you're in the Marine Corps. The reason why you're the way that you are is because you're in the Marine Corps. Same thing.
Because I wanted to be the best.
But you know my gripe.
Air Force Ramos ain't talking shit like Marine Ramos.
Let me tell you.
Air Force Barry ain't talking shit like Marine Barry.
Air
is.
Force Barry's like, hey guys, just want to see what everybody's got going on around here. Gonna kind of cut the crust off of the PB&J guys.
There
Got
it
some
is.
Nutella over here
There
from
it is.
Costco on sale.
You're selling them. You're selling a
Just
a
moved out of the
mentality.
barracks.
The Marine Corps is selling a fucking mentality. That's what it is. And you can only get that if you join the fucking Marine Corps. So you can do one enlistment and then go over to the Air Force if you want to. But the reason why we are the way that we are is because we're cooped up in the barracks. Because we have a certain lifestyle that other branches won't understand. Like, you have to want that shit. So when all those people in the comments complain about, we don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have this, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Because you, at one point in time, you wanted to be the most superior version of yourself. So why the fuck are you complaining now?
Well, first of all, you weren't going anywhere in life anyways. And that's just real.
That
it is.
part.
And that includes me.
That part.
That includes me. I wasn't going anywhere in life. It wasn't going to lead me anywhere good. Right? So I never sat back and cried about life in the bear. I didn't cry. I felt like such an idiot sitting there crying about something I volunteered for, something I wanted. You know, and you sit around and I'm not saying that we shouldn't have complaints, but it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. What are you really upset about? You got 24 guaranteed paychecks a year, right? You get paid leave. You get a uniform. You're doing something great for your country. You have all these resources at your fingertips, but you're upset because why? We had to sit around and wait?
I'm going to tell you this. The gripe that I have with everything that you said.
Yes.
Oh, he's pissed.
No. I agree. I'm agreeing.
He is
But
a
here's
knife
the
handing you.
part. Here's the part that pisses me off. The part that pisses me off is that the Marine Corps,
Yeah.
based on the reason why he's back on the podcast, doesn't understand the value that he is bringing to the institution by sharing real shit.
It's not the Marine Corps.
Instead they look at it.
It's not the Marine
I'm gonna
Corps.
ta-
It's a
Barry,
leader
it
in
is.
a position who's toxic and they're abusing their position.
Who makes the Marine Corps? The Marine Corps is
You're
not
right.
the
but it's
Marine
somebody
Corps is not some.
specific, though, is my point.
It's somebody specific, but that's what happens with specific people in the position of power. And this is what happens when headquarters Marine Corps doesn't take
And
action
we're not
on
going to
those
say
leaders.
what rank they were.
I'm not. I haven't said
Look,
rant.
but see,
But let me say
ahead,
something.
go
I
ahead.
got so close. I felt his nerves right
Yeah,
there.
I know. But let me tell you.
Don't you dare.
Let me tell you why. Because
Yes.
we need to be investing more
Yes.
in people like him.
No.
And I'm talking about people like him. If his
No.
production shows it,
No.
we need to be investing more people like that, dude. Here's
why. I agree with you.
Time out. But let me.
When he puts me in timeout, it's hard.
Let me tell you this, because I've been seeing a lot, like the army invested like $11 million or a huge amount of money whenever it comes to like The Rock. Have you ever seen that? Like the money
Yep.
lost the investment on The Rock,
Yep.
bro. Think about if the Marine Corps does that with this guy that's called Coach Blue or some shit like that. I don't know what his name is. You know that fitness dude has like 6-point-something million fucking followers?
Yeah.
How about you invest a fraction of that money in him so that way you just pay him to do a clip?
I'll tell you why. We've talked about it because he outranks all the people in his chain of command on Instagram and they don't like it. And where do they outrank him? They outrank him in the real Marine Corps. So guess what? Numbnuts, coming to my office. You're in trouble. Yeah, I got you right by the little freaking nutsack there, buddy. Come on in there, Gunny P.
Look. I'm gonna tell you something. My chain of command, my direct chain of command has been awesome with me. My CO, the relationship I have with my CO, he like.
Is he the prior recruiter?
He wasn't also before.
Tell your CEO to answer my
I thought it was the
my
Asian guy.
DMs. I sent him a DM.
We can call him after this. Yeah.
It was the Asian guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
He got a recruiting ribbon though.
Yes.
And he was prior enlisted.
because he was the also over in San Francisco. But so they've been awesome. Like we do a lot. Like our biggest thing in Sacramento is we use social media to show people. Like there's no other branch in Sacramento that competes with the Marine Corps. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's 100% because we did what we did.
Yeah.
Like it's 100% because everybody knows we'll be walking in the mall or walking to school like you're the guy, whatever. And I'm just a regular dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm a regular dude.
Yeah.
But because we put out so much, like we're just like drowning the Marine Corps content in whatever we do. Like that is
Sure.
what. And if you're on recruiting duty and you're not doing that, you might want to start because it makes things easier. We average like my office alone averages 1 contract a month off Instagram, 1 enlistee a month.
The only other people that I see, you're right, I agree with you. And the only other recruiter I see is Gunny Yance. I see him, and then I see you guys, and that's it.
Well, you know.
I'm trying to
I have
think,
no
though.
way. I have no way. I'm gonna say this since you brought it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this correct because I ain't stupid, and
No.
we ain't stupid.
Right.
I had one of the recruiters from his office,
Whose?
from office,
Well, I don't know what office that is.
the RSS.
Okay.
Yeah, RSS. This is my gripe with that dude. Okay.
God damn it.
This is my gripe with that dude. You want it back,
Go ahead.
Barb.
Go
Like,
ahead.
what the fuck do you expect?
Look, they can't whoop me. I'm just saying. Damn. But go ahead. Let's
I
go.
know, no, but it's not about whooping. It's not about whooping. It's about missed opportunities. And let me explain. The reason for it is because now that I do what I do, I focus a lot on veteran, owned companies and giving back to the community. So this past December, we had a huge event at the Promenade Mall in Temecula. I'm talking about like huge event at the Promenade Mall, and all the volunteers. When I was part of the meeting, because I was part of the what's that called, of the Chamber
Of Commerce?
No, not Chamber of Commerce, but like all the executive meetings or whatever, right?
Okay.
Because I am a chair at a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
So that my nonprofit organization, I was the head of it, and then we had meetings with them, right? All the volunteers that were gonna make up that event was all the high school kids, all the 12th graders out of all the schools in the fucking region, bro.
I already know where this is going.
In the region. So you know what I did? My recruiting mentality kicked up. I was like, man, how about if we involve the local recruiting office for the Marines, and then they can do something like super cool, and they can get leads. They can put like a table set up out there. Like they don't have to worry about it because you have to pay to do a table there.
I was gonna say,
like,
and it ain't like you're getting anything out of it.
but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I'll give them a space of my table setup. That was me back then. So you know what I did? I went to the recruiting office And I saw all of them. By the way, they treated me like I was a fucking criminal because as soon as I knocked on the door, like ding dong, dude, they opened that shit though like I was the fucking police. They crept that shit up. It's like, what you need? And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm here to talk to the staff NCO I see. And I'm like, what for? And I'm like, there's a possible opportunity. And I took a bunch of flyers with me. So it wasn't
who you were. Did they know you already? Or?
I don't know, and I don't give a shit because I'm not that type of guy. It's like, do you know who the fuck I am?
No. But I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you come in there and say, "Hey, what's up? My name's Gunny Ramos. I'm here. I'm doing this. I'm gonna have."
I did introduce myself. But I didn't introduce myself as I said I am with a nonprofit organization, and this is the opportunity. He's like, yeah, he's in the phone call right now. He'll get back to you. I waited 10, 15 minutes. And I was like, hey, man, I can come back. He's like, yeah, come back. I come back again. In the evening, they were doing PT. I was like, yeah, man, PT. I saw that or whatever. Completely ignored me.
How long ago was this?
This was December. And then I go back again a third time. After this, I'm like, I'm not losing my fucking... I go back a third time. I say like, hey man, can I get somebody to actually help me? Like I'm trying, and I told one of the recruiters, I was like, can I get one of you guys to actually help me? Because in reality, this is what I'm trying to do. I explained to them one of them was like, yeah, let me take down your information. We'll get back to you.
So all right, I think you should bring it here to clear his name. But I'm just saying,
no, because I already know he's a hater. He's a hater either with the podcast, with me, whatever the fuck it is. The reason why I know is because, dude, I can probably tell you, I can probably send you the DM, dude. I'm an open and honest person. I probably send him a DM when all this stuff was happening.
So this. Let me tell you.
Let me see if I can find that recruiter.
He is so mad.
Go ahead.
I believe you, but let me tell you what's probably going on. Now. As staffing COICs, we have conference calls, and they have us back there on Teams all the time, right? Or we're trying to save a discharge, or we're trying to do a whole bunch of extra stuff, or we're trying to close. So he probably was busy. If you showed up to PT, like we get a lot of red hatters, right? Which they're great to talk to and stuff like that. But sometimes you just don't have time or the mental capacity.
They're time suckers.
Like it's like that. So if the best way to get a hold of a staffing COIC at any recruiting station for something like that would be to get the office business card or to their number or their landline or their cell phone, and then hit them up and let them know like, hey man, I'm gonna get straight to the point, just like when we talked about yesterday. Like right, like I've got 200 12th graders that are gonna be at this event. Like sometimes with us on recruiting duty, you got to get straight to the point. I got 200 12th graders that are going to be here at this location. Can you bring a table set up? If you'd have said that, I promise you somebody would have showed up. Okay, if you'd have got that message, I got this. Listen, man, I ain't gonna beg when I'm trying to help. I get it,
because there was nothing in it for me. I was legitimately trying to help them out.
But can we leave like names and RSS's out of it?
No, fuck that. I'm gonna say this dude. I'm gonna say this dude. His name is Staff Sergeant Staff Sergeant _ So this guy, I put like a story. I put story times on my stories on Instagram, and then he goes, dude, like his reactions were like kind of like passive aggressive. I'm not that type of guy, so I straight up told him, this happened in August, by the way. So I was like, hey, not gonna lie, your reactions are kind of confusing. Don't know if you're serious or being sarcastic. And then he said, I've never had bad leadership, and I don't know where y'all find this individual / stories. I can't tell either. And I'm like, okay, bet. I was like, I'm glad to hear you never had bad leadership. Just because you never had bad experiences doesn't mean that your Marines feel that way of having experienced them. Because trust me, they are out there. I'm guessing you haven't seen the interview that we did with the MESA Marine, sharing how he got accepted into the MESA program and what led them there. Also, a Marine staff sergeant and went from being an artilleryman to a physician in the Navy. Are those stories not worth sharing?
He always turns them back to the podcast. I love that.
Left me on red. Left me on red.
Yeah, because what can you say to that? You ask them a direct question.
But that's what I'm saying. But I can guarantee you, they know who we are now in that office. Yet,
that guy's in that office?
Yeah, he's in that office, or he was at the time when they get moved around or whatever. So he did. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, don't come at me, dude. I'm a fucking open book. I just try to help them, and then now you cannot expect for me to go begging for them again when I just legitimately try to help them. Mm-hmm. And by the way, if RSS Oceanside, RSS Riverside, RSS whatever, I'm telling you, I am part of a nonprofit organization that can literally help you, no strings attached, with your recruiting mission. We can get access to schools.
So let me ask you.
Utilize me as a resource. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody doesn't have an A-type personality. So I promise you, if people know that you're gonna name drop and put the RS out there, they're gonna try to stray as far away from that as possible. Like it especially like you're not understanding. Like some of these staff NCOs that are put in these positions, they're not. Some of them are not legitimate. Like they're not what you think. They're not. You're not gonna get the. If you call me and be like, "Yo, I got 200," I'll be like, "Where?" You got 200 seniors, but some of them are not gonna be. They're not gonna be able to jump on that. They just don't have it. I think that dude was probably busy that day, and I want to give him a benefit of doubt because I know I'm pretty sure Temecula is one of the strongest stations in RS San Diego.
Probably in the country, to be honest with you.
Nah, hell no. But yeah, so see, I'm trying to be nice. All right, so yeah, like one of the strongest stations in RS San Diego, but he definitely was probably busy, man. That's all that was. I love when he gets fired up. I wish I could watch it from the other side of the camera though.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Well,
like,
you can.
Like I wish.
If you like, follow, and subscribe to A2B podcast.
I wish I could watch
time out now, dog. Because I have.
He's he's pulling receipts.
Yeah, I'm pulling receipts.
I'm
pulling receipts, man, because I legit try to be honest, man, because and here's the thing, man, like it's not easy, dude, because going out of your way to things that you really don't have to be doing, but you just do it because I put myself in the position of the recruiter, man, when I was on recruiting duty, and I was like, man, how fucking awesome would it have been if somebody would have instead of me having to go out there and hustle and do like go to the schools, if I have them all right there and there, like how awesome would it be?
The reason it would bother me is because people aren't direct, they're fake, they're passive aggressive, and the only people that they're really cool with and down for are the ones that they feel that are gonna benefit them in some way, shape, or fashion. And it's like, dog, if you're a good dude or dudette, just be that. I don't care if you're a barista at Starbucks. Just chop it up, mix it up. That just because you ain't getting something from that person or whatever the case is, doesn't mean that you can't be cordial, kind, polite, and honest. I don't know. Just, hey, I'm busy. I know I kind of sound like a jerk, but I got to get back to a meeting. I would love to sit down and chop it up. Here's, because if it was me and I was a busy recruiter, I would say, hey, like, honestly, let's get you on the calendar. I can't do it right now. I am super busy. Or maybe I'm just stressed out. I always keep it real. Like, hey, dog, I didn't really sleep last night.
But that's how it is.
Watch, I found it, dude. I love it. I love it when I'm able to find shit during the podcast. November 17th, I tagged Temecula Marines.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I tagged Temecula Marines. Nah, man, this is called accountability. If y'all scared of accountability, then don't be like that. I tagged them and I told them, I gave them, look, right here, tagged.
Very large too. Click to volunteer.
And the only reason why I tagged them is so that way we can do it. But man, you know what? Regardless of, I felt some type of way because I was like, damn, man, I wouldn't have wasted this. Me personally, me on recruiting duty, I wouldn't have wasted the opportunity. But it's on them. And if they don't need the help, then hey, man, more power to them. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know. I like to make alliances.
Albert, that's how people are, dog. And here's what I'm going to tell you why. And you've dealt with this, and you've dealt with it. We've all dealt with it. People that are rich, people that are senior in rank, people that have these high important positions. They are more likely to just, I don't need you. I'm not talking to you. Get away from me. I don't have time for you. They're rude. They're short. They're this or that. Why? There's a bunch of reasons that come to it.
But I get it, man. Like, it's what he said. I understood the assignment because I was a recruiter like them. But unless you tell me that there's gonna be something for me.
Yeah,
I'm not paying attention to whatever the fuck it is. Like, and then I'm talking about me as a recruiter, right? I'm talking about me as a recruiter.
Let's say I've made mission. My whole office is crushing it, and then we're still busy, and I'm stressed out, and I didn't sleep, and then I got you coming over here. My point is, I got money in the bank. I don't need this. And if I'm not really a good dude, I'm going to be like,
I would have respected that.
You see that?
I would have respected that 100%. No answer though.
So
Now, if they were desperate though, maybe the tone would have been different.
yeah. So this is my thing. You feel disrespected. 'Cause that was a lot of energy put into that.
Yeah.
Like you said their name, Staff and COIC's name, and that's a lot, right? And that takes a lot of effort. One thing I've learned about recruiting duty is there's certain things you just can't fucking take personal, man. Like if dude's busy, or dude, he may have dropped 2 shippers that day. He may have just got his ass chewed by a CEO for something. He may have taken 3 test failures that day. Like I don't want to talk to nobody. And the worst thing about the good
3
guys,
test failures.
the good guys, right? Like nothing's changed.
That sounds extreme.
Nothing's changed on recruiting duty. I will sit down with one person and I've got all this stuff going on in my personal life.
Sure.
That I have to put aside because I have to fix this idiot's problems. Right? Hey man, listen, I know you want to be a doctor, but you can't read. All right? Let's practice on let me teach you some compound
dude, I can
words.
just imagine some 18-year-old just giving you the business and you're like, hold up, dog.
Listen, I'm telling you, like, and it's frustrating, right? So I sit down with one and I'm like, you cannot read. You can't be a doctor. You need to take this test, you need to study, right? Another kid comes in with a new set of problems and I have to approach it differently. All right, man. Okay, I see, like, your mom's sick. You need to stay home and take care of her. You can't ship to boot camp. All right, I'm going to push your date back. Cool. Now I got to find another kid to replace him. All right. As a staffing COIC, I don't want to talk to nobody when I'm done. I don't. I used to play video games. I used to watch TV. I used to work out a lot. I used to do all of that stuff. Like, I've become so obsessed with work, like, I've lost all my hobbies because I'm just accruing all these other personal problems, right? Things that so I don't want anything extra. Like, yes, we're probably gonna have to schedule it out. Did you show up with donuts? That's how you get in anywhere. Hey, bought you guys some donuts. Hey, just so you know, I got 200 kids. They're gonna be here. Just hit me up. Here's my card. I don't want to leave it. Boom, just like that. But when sitting down waiting, everybody don't got time like that. Everybody don't got time like that, and that's probably what he was going through. So I can tell you, like, when it comes down to it, you can't take that shit personal. If you don't want that,
I ain't take it personal. I kept rolling. Trust me, that the event was still a success.
If people not gonna jump, I'll tell you right now, you come in my office and tell me 200 high schoolers, I'm gonna be there.
Probably more than that,
with
though.
a bounce house. I'm in there.
Yeah, probably more than that. It was probably definitely more than 200.
But yeah, that man, he probably don't take that.
You know, and they probably knew who you were. I get that all the time. I run into people that are either active duty or prior service. They just got out and they're looking at me when we introduce ourselves, and it's almost like they're waiting for me to, like, you know, call myself a sergeant major or something. Like, this guy, he's gonna do something weird, and I'm just like, oh, what's up, dog? I'm Barry. You know, and we chop it up or whatever. But there's a little, I can feel it sometimes, not all the time, but you know, it could have been that too. I don't know, but
I don't know. Regardless of, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I just kept rolling.
You guys are more than welcome to come on the podcast. Clear your name.
Yeah, well, not even clear your name. Like, I wanna know, because I don't know, man. I guess it's just it's just different.
I just told you it was busy.
I guess it's just.
I promise you, dude, it's probably busy. Probably busy and irritated.
I believe you. I believe
that's
you.
what that is. This is a you be getting fired up. But one thing I've noticed is a lot of people that either retired or got off the recruiting duty, they miss it. And there's still a passion there, right? So if they haven't found something, which luckily you did, that you can translate that energy into, that feel of closing the sale, like, because it's addictive to close the sale. It's addictive, right?
Sure.
Sometimes they get too caught up in how shit is now, and it's different now. You got off the duty at 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
19.
Yes.
It's not the same fucking duty anymore. After COVID and after Genesis,
I'm going to tell you why that doesn't matter.
I'm going to call the bullshit card.
I'm going to tell you why it doesn't matter.
I'm going to call the bullshit card too.
Yes.
Well, but here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't matter, because we need to stop being a right now Marine Corps, because the connections that me and Albert have made are for life. Mm-hmm. And that's what Marines and anybody, if you're watching this in the military, I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you were never military. Mm-hmm. Every connection is a possible opportunity. And in my opinion, you to see it as anything other than that, I don't know, man. I think you're sleeping on some people, dog.
I like that. But
because
right now,
you may be talking to a kid who's a nobody, who's 25, but in 3 years, he had a come up and he remembers that time you acted like he was a nobody, because maybe he wasn't nobody. And now he's looking at you like, now you want a job from me? Hell no. See,
me okay, no, I like that. Right now, Marine Corps, right? So making connections, all about it. Yeah. Certain people are advancing on that level. Where they make connections.
Yeah.
But when you're talking to a staff NCOIC or a recruiter that's in a knife fight every 30 days, they can't see that far ahead. Mm-hmm. Like, this shit. That's what I mean by like shit is different now.
Yeah.
Like we are. Everybody in MICRIC is teaching kids how to read and do basic math.
No, I get what you're saying.
We don't. It's not back then, and even when they know it, there's a bunch of shit. Like it's not fair anymore.
Here's what I don't expect.
Okay.
I do not expect for me to be a 38-year-old sergeant major, and for my 23-year-old sergeants to have the maturity and mentality of me. I don't have that expectation. That's not realistic. You may find it sometimes, but it's the exception. It's definitely not the rule. Why am I bringing this up? Because I don't expect you to have the same mentality as me, but you need to freaking do it because I said it's important. Be cool to these people. Be good dudes and dudettes because you're going to get out, dog. And I'm not asking you to understand it. I'm telling you to do it. And I used to tell my drill instructors the same thing. Bro, you don't see these retirees around here? I know you're stressed out. I know you're tired. I know you're coughing up blood. I know you're going through a divorce. But at the end of the day, dog, that guy, he's living vicariously through you because you get to step on the hallowed ground that we call the parade deck, and he can't do it no more. And he just wanted to say, what's up?
So not knocking that. I understand that. What I'm saying is with the experience that you had with that one particular event, like I don't think they were that one-on-one conversation is different, but I don't think it was purposely like I'm going to ignore somebody that has value. Me, I'm different, right? So if that was me, I'm different. Like the point I'm trying.
But that's the other part. That's the other part. That finish your point, so that way I can say.
I tell people this. You ever seen Lord of the Rings?
I love
My
that
favorite
movie.
movies.
Right. So
Really?
So
They're my favorite movies.
So you remember when Smeagol was following them or Gollum was following them, and they were like, "Should we kill him now?" And Gandalf was like, "Nah, don't kill him. Chill. He might have value later."
That was in the first movie when they were in Moria.
At the end of the movie, right when Frodo takes the ring, he's like, "Nah, I ain't throwing it in the lava. I'm keeping it." Remember that part?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he knocks Sam out, right? And then what happens? He knocks him out. Sam wakes up and he sees Frodo and Smeagol fighting over the ring, right?
Yeah.
If they'd have killed him in the beginning, right? If they'd have killed him in the beginning, that wouldn't have happened. So the point I'm trying to make is everybody has value. You just have to give it time. So Smeagol, Gollum had value the entire time. That was his whole fucking purpose.
Okay, but there's a dude, right? And I'm at the gym, and this guy, he's very uppity, right? He's very bouncing around, very high energy, talking to people. I'm like, what's going on with this guy? Little off. He's a little off, a little weird. Okay. He comes up to me. He's talking to me. I did not get short with this guy. I chopped it up, whatever. I didn't go, hey, dog, I'm here to work out. I don't see you. I didn't do none of that. I wasn't rude. I was courteous, all this stuff. Dude, fast forward like 6 months. The guy is juiced in everywhere in Long Beach. He is the gym owner. He owns the gym of the gym that I go to. It's like super, it's not a chain. It's like, this is one gym and it's super swanky. All the high-end people. Dude, the guy's juiced in with the sheriff and the mayor. And he's got an office down on the waterfront and all this stuff. And you know what I thought to myself? This may never turn into anything, but gosh damn, I sure am glad I didn't freaking tell this guy to go pound sand when he was trying to talk to me one day.
Everybody don't think like that though.
Well, let me tell you what, going back to what you were saying. I actually prefer when people don't know that I do a podcast and none of that shit. You know why? Because
You get the real them.
yeah, exactly. That's the reality. You know what I'm saying? If people knows like, oh man, this guy got a platform or whatever, and he can see, he can boost me or whatever, then I already know that they're treating me a certain way just because whatever. Be a good person, regardless if you own a business, regardless if you don't own a business, regardless if there's something in it for you, because of what Barry is saying. It's like you never know when that person, and then you're going to remember that person, and it's going to go like, oh man, yeah, you were that dude.
I used to joke around when my Marines were getting out of the Marine Corps, and as a sergeant major and even as a first sergeant, I'd be like, hey, dog, you gonna start that business. You remember I took care of you, dog. And I may need a job one day, for real. I'm keeping it real. I can clean some toilets. Hey, dog, I'll get your coffee. Whatever, bro. I ain't too proud. But when you get your come up, you remember, dog, hey, I was trying to help you out and whatever. And we just be laughing and because people need that. They need to hear that. They need, like I said, we need a good network. That's part of what this podcast is about. We bring people on, whether they're retired, active duty. Who are you? Why'd you get out? Why'd you stay in? Where you going? What do you do now? And we put that word out there to the masses to kind of just say, we are a community. We're a family. And if you're in the SoCal area, Marine Corps runs SoCal. Marine Corps runs SoCal.
Yeah.
Now, I got a question. Wait, this barely has been any questions in this podcast.
Because you be going off.
I haven't been going off. You trigger me, Parv. You trigger me.
And now we got
You-
RSSs
you
and
trigger
stabbing.
me.
That's directly.
Listen,
We are all getting fired.
Now they got me. Now
He loves you guys.
Now you
I
got
love
me.
you guys. I want y'all to know.
We're so close.
I want
We're
y'all
so
to
close.
know. I love you guys too. The reason why I say that is because I just brought up an example. If we were to summarize this, so that way I can ask you the question that I really want to ask you. We were to summarize this is if you're in Southern California and you are a Marine, regardless, if you're a first sergeant, I want to contribute to your ball fund. There's events. Let us help you do those events, those fundraising events. If you're a recruiter, I can also find out a way to get access to high schools that you might not necessarily have access to. Utilize me as a resource. And the only thing that I did was how a very prominent figure in the 12th Marine Corps district did not take advantage of a layup opportunity. That's it. If you guys still want to reach out to me, I will 100% help you out because I was in the grind. I remember what it was. And I can also know how some of y'all just go by, y'all see about the 1 minute clips that we be posting because y'all don't have the time to simply go and watch a 1 hour podcast. So I understand that too. The question that I wanted to ask you is what now that you know, what has changed since the last time that you were on our podcast? Has anything changed? You know, do you have a new position? What, you know, how much time do you still have on the duty?
All right, cool. So nothing negative has changed since I was on the podcast, or nothing bad has happened to me. But I will finish out this FY as the staff NCOIC of South Sacramento, and then I'll be moving up to headquarters. You heard it here first. So
Okay, awesome.
yeah,
So what does that mean for the people that don't know what that means?
So for the last 2 years, I've been a station commander. I came out on recruiting duty. I was out recruiting for 6 months on the streets, and cards fell in line to where I had to step up and be the station commander, the staff NCOIC, the dude in charge of all the recruiters that are out there, right? And I was like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. Like, I was like super nervous because I barely knew like the ins and outs of recruiting. So since January 1st, 23, all the way up until now, which would be October 2024, I've been running the station. Or September, I've been running the station. So now they're gonna bring in a staff sergeant to come and take my seat. And I'm gonna train him for probably a month or so. And then I'll move up to headquarters to manage the pool program for the entire RS.
That's a big deal because, correct me if I'm wrong, most of the times 8412s are the ones that do that. Is that like an 8412 position?
The program specialist,
Yeah.
not necessarily. They can have one there, but not necessarily 84. I mean, 8412 can go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But since I've been there, I've never seen one there.
But it's very
Well,
rare
that's
though.
what I was going to ask, though. Is that something where people are going to come in the comments and throw shade, like recruiter jargon that I have no idea what it means? Is that...
I don't know. Look, this is my thing with comments now. Like, they're gonna say all kind of stuff, right? They're either disgruntled, they're a troll.
Well, I'm just saying, is it typical to go from being a boss to doing what you're doing? Are people going to be trying to come at whatever?
No, because most of the time, those positions they're filled by other recruiters. Which I
Yeah,
would put it like
you
that.
wouldn't be a boss if you suck. Like
Yeah.
just the fact that you were a boss and that you're moving up, that means good. That doesn't mean bad.
Well, did they say boss or station commander?
Boss is the same thing.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, I was extremely pissed off that I was leaving my station.
No.
I was mad. Like I was very disappointed. I put it like that. But especially I just asked us, like, let me just go to the ball with my boys. Especially like like my office is different. Like we're all cool with each other.
Right.
You know, we don't really have any of that. Like, so it's like
Any of what? I
going to
don't-
work like
Friction.
bumping heads or anything like
Does
that.
that
Like,
happen
in certain offices? Yeah, certain people don't like each other or whatever. But all
in
my
Sacramento?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I-
Good
but
answer.
He's trying to implicate
I've heard
you.
stories.
Good
He's trying to implicate
Good
you.
answer.
You can ask me straight up. And
No,
I'm sure people don't get along. It's
So
the
that-
same thing. Work environments. You don't get along like that.
Yeah. So
but mine isn't like that.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like
Right.
going to work is like going to hang out with the guys
Yeah.
in my office. So
Right. Is that because you got a bunch of white guys in there and white guys are really cool?
I actually don't have any white guys in my office.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah. Like I
could have been in there. I'd have been your best guy. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Been like, what's
I know,
up?
I know exactly where I would have put you.
Yeah.
You know, to wrap it up,
Why did that sound bad when you said that? Jeez.
to wrap it up, Parm, is there any last things? Anything that you want to
He's
get?
not gonna die.
Is there anything that
last
you
words?
were any last words before we, end the podcast that you would like to get out of your chest for haters, followers, people that are considering joining the military? Any last words for and you can separate the answers as well.
So for followers, appreciate y'all, but I'm a regular dude. For people that want to join the military, do it early. And for haters, for all the haters, when we go back and forth with you in the comments, we just doing that to boost the algorithm. We need you to keep talking.
See, I don't do that. I don't go back and forth.
We
with
just need you to
haters.
keep. That's
Barry,
all I
you
got.
are the
I
worst.
do not go back
You are
and forth.
the worst.
That's all
You
I
are
got.
the worst, dog.
I never do it.
Combat veterans,
You
females,
stinker.
That's- That
politics.
boosts the algorithm. So good
You-
job. See, that's how you.
That was it.
You-
Politics.
dude. So, Parm, I
it.
appreciate you coming
Yeah.
out here.
I appreciate you more.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out here. Really, for a second time, even though there were 3 episodes that were released. I appreciate you coming out here, brother. I appreciate, you always making time for us, man. Whenever you're down here in Southern California, you are a very solid dude, man. You are a straightforward shooter. I know, man, like how it is. I apologize as well for some of the shit that I say and going off the rails sometimes. But brother, I say the things that I say because I care. And I know that it's the same way for you. You say the things that you say, and you're here because you really care, man. So I appreciate you coming over here again. Where can people find you at in social media?
Right now, you can find me on Gunnery Sergeant Parm, USMC on Instagram. You type it in there, I'll pop up for now.
Okay, awesome. Barry, where can people reach out to you at?
You guys know where to find me at Instagram at Bull5277. Hit the follow button, especially if you're a hater, because that takes real commitment and dedication. And I know that when I post something and you just and your thumbs are just like hit the follow button.
Oh, God.
At Bull5277. TikTok, listen, TikTok. I want to say I love you. At Bull5277 too. Okay. YouTube, the A to B podcast. That link is in my bio. So anything that we're here talking about, anything that gets clipped, little previews getting posted over here or there, that link is in my bio on my Instagram and my TikTok. It'll take you straight to the A to B podcast. Subscribe, drop a comment, share, ask questions, suggest guests. Like Albert said earlier in the show, the link is there for you to hit it and say, hey, I want to be a guest, or I know this person, whatever it is. We're looking for people all the time, whether you're you're talking about your first enlistment, you're getting ready to get out, you just got out, you're an old timer, doesn't matter. All right. So that's where you can find me at. Love you guys. Stay blessed.
Guys, you already know where to find me. If you guys are looking for somebody to hate, listen, go to Barry. I'm a lovable guy. I'm a lovable guy. You guys can come up to me and I'll give you hugs and kisses.
Valerie you said that.
I'll give you guys hugs and kisses, unless you're an old lady that got scammed by somebody with Barry. You guys can come and love me all you guys want. You guys can go. Make sure you guys like, follow, comment, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. For our weekly listeners, thank you guys so much. Like always, give us your feedback on all of our episodes. We got to end this one, guys, because we got none other than Big Top 0699 in the building. We about to record another podcast episode for you guys. Go ahead, follow, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.